Alright, we are continuing our descent into Baton Rouge. We are coming out of 11,000 there for 2,000. Get us just north of our initial approach fix. And into Baton Rouge, there's 10.2. Start coming out of the power there. Shallow up this descent. And make sure we're staying under 250. Alright, there we go. So, being that we have limited vertical guidance, planning our descents are of the utmost importance. I've had the privilege of assisting on the project, and even for me at times I'll forget or get sidetracked, do something else, and oh gee whiz, we're we've blown past our descent point, or coming in a little too fast. So just definitely be stay vigilant during the approach phase, because this thing, it can go down and it can slow down. It just it has a hard time of doing both things at the same time. So definitely be mindful of that when you guys, especially on VATSIM, when your margin for error is much more stricter than if you're just flying by yourself. So another thing to keep in mind is that the CRJ will also, if it knows that you're going to be shooting ILS approach, meaning if you have an ILS approach programmed into the McDo, which is what they call this unit here as well with Airbus, but if that is the case, it will auto program for you. But you do want to make sure that is nav1, nav2 set to auto, whichever one you're using. I'll normally keep both on. Definitely want to make sure that's enabled, and in addition, just have the frequency in the course to the side as well, just in case something happens, doesn't program, it doesn't even program it, or there's a mismatch. So you want to make sure that data is accurate before you enter the terminal area, for sure. All right, that's 7.1 there, 2.4. Another kind of gotcha on the arrival phase is the approach. So unfortunately, at the time of this recording, we're still dealing with the issue with the notorious death dive. That a lot of aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 are suffering from, which makes ILS approaches a little sketchy. So just giving you a heads up, don't entirely trust the process just yet. And those of you who aren't familiar with the death dive, typically when localizer isn't much of an issue, it's just when you're in the glide slope, the FD pitches just crazy levels of nose down pitch, and it'll throw you off the glide slope, and it's just, it just gets weird. So normally what I'll do as of late, I've just been hand flying the approaches, which makes things a little more spicy for me. Just keeps things interesting. Which, I mean, can't really auto land with this guy anyway. So I've just been hand flying. Once I come up on the Glideslope Intercept, as y'all see here shortly, I'll just hand fly it. So just something to keep in mind. It's not so much the aircraft. Sobo knows about it, and hopefully we'll get a resolution to that. Hopefully. So let's go ahead and get the landing lights on there. Figured we'll be a little more IMC than we are, but alright, shallow this guy out here. Still got a little ways to go. And again, Let's see. Want to make sure that our thrust reversers are set, are armed, that is. And of course, you know, you can always double check yourself if you're you know, not 100% sure or whatnot. You can always double check yourself. So we'll come up here as well, and the field elevation is pretty low at Baton Rouge. So we got like a 70. We'll get, let's see, 180. I'm gonna be able to catch it there. Close enough. I definitely want to make sure that guy is programmed. It's not so much of an issue from what I've seen coming into areas below elevation. It's just when you start flying into like Lubbock, Midland, places kind of, you know, above 1,000 foot, you'll definitely get that cabin pressure warning. So just a heads up, guys. Just a heads up. Alright, there's coming up on 2,000 feet. Gorgeous approach. Alright, let's go ahead and arm the localizer. And again, I just want to be vigilant and make sure this guy intercepts here. Alright, looks like she's capturing the localizer. A little far out for a textbook capture, but for our purposes it'll work just fine. We'll start rolling some of this airspeed back again. No auto throttle, so we'll make sure we mind our thrust settings. Alright, let's go ahead and hit that first notch flaps there. Flaps are extremely effective in the CRJ, so just be prepared for the drop. Definitely be prepared for the drop.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain seated until we have stopped.
Alright, there's the swing. Yeah, we start our localizer intercept kind of early. When you're this far out, the localizer gets real when you're intercepting prior to the published intercept point. Especially for the glide slope, it gets a little unpredictable. So just keep that in mind. Localizer's not so much. I mean, pick it up, pretty good ways out. But especially the glide slope, it gets kind of weird when you're super far out and then you try to pick it up. So, all right, go zoom in here. You can see that well, there's our what they call the snowflake, depicting our vertical descent path if we were continuing down to 1.6. And our glide slope there. So right now we'll hold 2. We'll hold 2 there, and need to approach there. But it's good so far. Feeling pretty good about it. Again, we've already our landing speeds in there, so we're at that set. All right, so what we'll start slowing down here, working some more. Burn off a little more of this energy, and once we get about 180, we'll go ahead and catch that next notch flaps there. So we'll do flaps 8. Getting a watch for that drop of airspeed. And once we intercept the Glideslope, we can here. And this is, at this point, this is kind of where I'm getting ready to fly the airplane. So, all right. Like finals clear. The runway looks clear, and we're gonna pretend we've received clearance. Alright, one dot deflection, then we'll start working that power out. Working the power out, we'll call gear down. I'll let you guys kind of see what I'm talking about here with the dive. Alright, that's not your flaps there. Alright, so that right there is normal. It'll chase the glide slope here. That's cool. Let's see, not so much as normal, but you know, it's not too terribly bad. We'll see how far it goes here. Alright, next notch flaps. Very intermittent. Sometimes he'll do it, and then sometimes not so much. I think we may have dodged it here, so it looks like she's tracking just fine. Hi, airplane. Go ahead and take it. I got Fox 45. The speed brakes are automatic as long as you have the have the switch armed, which pretty much stays in the arm position for me at least. So. Good there.
1,000.
And we're stabilized. Got missed approach up to 70,000. Yeah, I think we got lucky on this one, guys. We got lucky on this one. Again, the flaps are extremely effective, so sometimes you may have to use enough power to keep your altitude and quite a bit of pitch to maintain your speed, to making sure we're staying on speed.
500.
Okay. Alright, a little high here, so I'm going to pull a little power back. Using that pitch to maintain my speed.
300.
Alright, get under there a little bit. Catch it.
200.
Alright. Alright, start easing that power back.
100.
Sync rate.
50.
Alright.
30. 20.
Alright, over there. There's another one there. Normally you'd want to add some back pressure there to cushion that nose drop, but 2020 we're still it's a little opposite actually. You need to add a little forward pitch to get the nose gear on the pavement, so just be mindful of that.
Please remain seated.
Alright.
Aircraft has come to a complete stop.
Alright, yep, don't mind the X's there, so not sure what that is about. This runway is open, so what that's about. Go ahead and catch this exit here. And we'll get the airplane cleaned up. Alright. And we're gonna cross this active runway here, so we'll leave the strobes on for the time being as we cross. Alright, see if we can multitask here a little bit actually. Get the APU going. Alright, doors open. There's APU start. Alright, and once we cross this runway here, we'll come off of Alpha and we'll head to the ramp. Probes off, we're clear. And we'll take, man, they're packed today, alright? They're packed today. We'll take this spot here. Next available spot. Alright. Brakes there. But we'll be using the air stairs today. And again, idle throttle, I mean the ground friction's pretty sweet. Doesn't take much at all to get this thing going on the ground. Doesn't take much at all, guys. Alright, we'll come up on it here. And we'll squeeze them to a stop. Sweet! Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so go ahead and set them parking brakes there. And we'll turn off that guy. Alright, and we'll go ahead. So to shut them, shut the engines off, we'll just hit this little red tab here. Red tab here. Alright. And hydraulics off there. And you guys pretty much know the flow from here. You just kind of start getting all your pumps off there. Clear your masters. Give ground the signal to chalk you up. Get a little GPU action going on there. Some bin door action there. Alright, we're going to turn the FDs off. Don't really need those. And sweet, there we go. Well, guys, again, I hope this helps you out. There's so much to this to this aircraft, so definitely take the opportunity. I think there's a manual available as well, and some videos are get down to the study level functionality of this thing, which this thing isn't. CRJ isn't really meant to be not so much of a study level simulation, but as you know, they mentioned, it does a fantastic job of mimicking the day-to-day operations of the CRJ 700. So you know, as long as you look at it as that, I mean, this thing is very, very enjoyable for what it is, right? I mean, this is a growing platform. There'll be growing pains for sure, you know. So, you know, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing future updates with this guy. Well, anywho, guys, I have bored y'all enough. Again, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope it helped you out a little bit. Gave you just a little bit of insight. But other than that, guys, that concludes this video, tutorial number 3. Make sure you drop us a comment, like and subscribe or whatnot, and let us know what you think. But till next time, guys, take care of yourselves, get the blue side up, and we'll see you.